Good afternoon, everybody. My name's Steve Emecz. I'm from collectAI, and I'm the CCO. And today we're going to be talking about artificial intelligence and digitization in fintech. And specifically, we're going to be talking about smart receivables management, which sounds complicated, but essentially it's using artificial intelligence and digitization to help people with their debt collection and their receivables. And we've been live with a number of customers for over a year now. So one of the interesting things at the conference is we've been hearing about artificial intelligence as being the future, whereas I think artificial intelligence is really the now. And I'm going to take you through a practical implementation of that. So why did we look at receivables management? Well, the first reason is that the size of the market is absolutely huge. $152 trillion of outstanding payments worldwide. Quite an incredible number, and this has been growing year on year for the last few years. When we start to talk to companies about whether they think they're digital and they talk to their customers in a digital kind of way, 49% of companies say, yes, we're digitized. But when you start to look at the back-end processes of an organization, and in this case, the receivables part, the dunning part, less than 1 in 5 companies has digitized their process. So if we transfer that into a specific example here in the European market, around about 1 in 4 invoices is late. So you've got to chase those invoices. And if you then take it to the next level and look at where people are applying machine learning into these back-end processes, the number goes even smaller. So it's about 1 in 50. So when we developed our platform and we started to deploy it, we saw some very interesting results. One of the things that's really important when you think about digitization is the change in consumer behavior. So this is a fascinating statistic I wanted to put into this presentation just for today. So it's the first time I've used it. From The Economist from a few weeks ago. People touch their smartphones more than 2,600 times a day. As you can see in the audience, I can see probably about 20% of you touching your smartphones right now. Hopefully it's to take a picture of the screen or to tweet out about the presentation. But the younger generation in particular are spending over 3 hours a day looking at their smartphone screens. And this has a big implication for business. It means you need to digitize your business processes and make sure they're very mobile friendly. So when we look at receivables, the second key reason why we entered into this space is because the existing processes aren't very good at all. And in fact, the key things are that they're ineffective because they tend to have a lot of resources, quite a lot of human resources, but quite a limited amount of investment in technology. They tend to be inefficient, so very high cost per claim retrieved. And let's face it, generally very unfriendly in terms of the consumer experience. So we wanted to improve that, and it gave us a really big playground to start with our technology. Most of the technologies that are out there at the moment are, and the focus for a lot of organizations is at the back end, at the debt collection side. And what we wanted to try and do is bring that forward and try and help organizations collect the money with their internal departments in a much more efficient kind of way. And we use self-learning algorithms. So this is a part of machine learning, part of AI, and I'm going to take you through that in a little bit of detail as we go forward through the presentation. So what are the key things that we deployed? The first thing is that self-learning AI, and then we added a variety of communication methods. So we communicate with the customers that have the outstanding payment via email, via SMS, and we make it very easy for them to get communicated to. And then we've added a variety of payment solutions. So for example, not just bank transfer, but in Germany, Sofort and SEPA, cards, PayPal, making it really easy for them to pay really easily through their smartphone when they get the reminder to say that their bill is overdue. And the key to all of this is to actually drive the customer online. So we send the customer a link in an email or an SMS, and we drive them to a unique microsite that gives them all the information about their outstanding bill and allows them to pay that very easily, either through the desktop, but more often than not through the smartphone. We're very, very customer orientated. So we even try not to use the word debtor. We try to use the word customer to make it really frictionless to get that payment back from the customer. And one of the big things that we focused on in the last 12 months was to make it very, very easy to integrate. So we heard a lot about that at the conference as well for fintechs and new organizations, making it very easy through a REST API that enables banks, insurance companies, etc., to connect to our platform very easily. So where have we seen some successes? Well, the key successes for us have been in the banking sector, lots and lots of e-commerce retailers, some digital publishing, insurance companies, utility companies, and fintechs as well. We love fintechs because generally the fintechs really, really like integrating via API, and they can integrate within a few days. So let's talk about the artificial intelligence. So how do we use it? What we've basically done is we've broken down the collections and receivables process into a number of different variables that we can then hand over to the artificial intelligence algorithms to make decisions on the fly during a process. So I'll give you an example. The time of day. So if we send an email out to a customer at 8:30 in the morning, but the customer doesn't open that email until 4 o'clock in the afternoon, then the algorithm will learn that behavior for the next time it needs to communicate to that customer. Let's say the customer deletes 2 emails in a row, then the algorithm may choose to change the channel to SMS, for example. And by doing this, you move from a static bulk process of sending out tens of thousands of emails or letters out to the customer to a very bespoke and personalized process, so that hopefully in the future, we're able to chase each individual outstanding amount with a totally tailored process using the algorithm. So, where are we today? So we are handling about 25 million euros of receivables for our clients in a digital way. And we have 35 people, and we're based in Hamburg. We've got about 20 main customers, and one of those, behind them, they have about 19 additional customers because they white label our technology to their clients. We were founded in May 2016, so we're about 18 months old, and we're a wholly owned subsidiary of the Otto Group. So, what have been the impacts? Well, the key impacts are a high collection rate, faster repayment, and much, much better customer satisfaction. So it's much easier for the customer to settle that outstanding debt. And that's collectAI, and that's smart receivables management in artificial intelligence in fintech. Thank you very much.